Hey guys, today I'm continuing my video series on my Craftroom storage, and today I wanted to talk about paper and punches. And I do have quite a collection of punches. Let me back out just a little bit. And this is pretty much my work table. If you saw the overview video, you would see that I just recently installed this, and I'm going to do a video on that pretty soon, but today I thought I would talk about my punches and my paper storage. And so right up here on the top are my most used punches, and I am a close to my heart consultant, but I do occasionally buy Stampin' Up! Punches from a friend of mine, and I really like using punches. I mean, I have the Cricut cartridges from Close to My Heart, and I do use those from time to time, but when I'm in a hurry or in a crunch and just want to come up here and get something done and not have to think about it, I do use punches from time to time. So this little caddy here actually is from Organize More, and I bought it originally to put my project life cards, picture my life cards in, and it does work perfect for that, but I found that I outgrew it very quickly. And I didn't like my cards being out in the open. I felt like that they were going to get dusty and everything. And so I decided I'd flip it on its side and see what I could do. And you'll see that these big punches fit perfectly here. My little Close to My Heart punches, you kind of have to mash them to get them in and out. But they fit perfectly. And then I use my most used border punches on top. And then I just have this little caddy here, some of my bigger punches that I use and reach for on a regular basis. And then I have a few little punches down there that I use on a regular basis. So pretty much everything that is right here, I use almost every single time I craft. Not every single punch, but at least something in the vicinity. And I just have that lamp clipped on there so that when I'm working here I have extra light. Now those are my most used ones. Now underneath my craft island here I have an Alex cart, and the punches that I don't use as often are here, like my seasonal punches and my border punches that I don't use very often, and the specialty punches like the hexagons and the clouds and the Christmas trees. So they are in this drawer. And actually that's the only drawer that I have with punches in it. The rest of my punches are on the wall. Now I've seen a lot of people use the curtain rod, sorry about the shadow there, the curtain rod from IKEA to hang their punches on. But I found that these ribba shelvings, which are for picture frames, work perfect for putting my Martha Stewart punches on the wall. So they just kind of stand there on the end like that, and they even have some of my Creative Memories ones there, and then my Martha Stewart border punches, and then I have some of the bigger punches down here. And these shelves are very sturdy. I was kind of worried in the beginning of whether or not they would fit. And then I have one on this side with just 2 pictures on it, and I need to get a couple more to go on this wall. This was a generic one that I bought, and it didn't quite hold up as well as the ones from IKEA, and I'm not sure why, but anyway, I didn't feel like that I could put a lot of weight on them. So that's where they are. So that concludes my punches. That's where all my punches are. Now let's start with paper, since we're in this corner. I have this basket, and it either came from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure which, but it has all of my 4x6 paper pads in it, and all of my 8x8 paper pads, and that's pretty much all the 4x6 and 8x8 paper that I have, which is still quite a lot. And then I have this cabinet here that used to be a Cricut station that I actually picked up at Joann's.com years ago. I don't even know if they still sell it, but these little shelves are perfect for my 12x12 paper pads, and so they're all in here. So all of this is just 12x12 paper pads. Then we're going to move to the inside of this cabinet, and on the top shelf here, if I can zoom in just a little bit, I have 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and this is specialty cardstock. So Most of this is either some that I bought from Stampin' Up. Wait for it to focus. From Stampin' Up years ago. I also have, I think this is like paper tray ink. Nope, that one's Stampin' Up. But I also have paper tray ink cardstock. I have some Gina K Designs cardstock. And like if I had a Gina K kit where everything came in it, I put everything in there, the ribbon, the pattern paper, and the cardstock together so that I would have it. But most of that is 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Now here is all my 6x6 paper pads. They're just in one of these fridge bins shells. And I think that is all my 6x6 paper pads. Now in this cabinet, I have close to my heart cardstock, solid cardstock, and a few like specialty, anything that's winter or Christmas. And then back when Archivers was doing the, you know, buy 2 sheets get a sheet free, or buy 5 sheets and get 2 free, or whatever, I purchased right much of that. Of course, my cleaning there. But I also have some American Crafts pattern paper sets, a la carte Celebration Play, that I found at Big Lots a few years ago. So I really need to try to use up some of this cardstock. And then the last thing in this cabinet is this crate that I just picked up from Walmart, and it has regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock in it. And this is just generic cardstock that I picked up at like Michael's or Joann's when it was on clearance and on sale. And I used to teach a class at church, and so we made use of all of this cardstock. And when my son has a project, he knows that he can come to this bin and pull cardstock from there. And then up here in these 3 bins is specialty paper as well. So this one was like vacation, and then I have 1 box of just glitter paper. And let's move around. I talked about this a little bit when I was in my talked about my scrap rack, but I have like all my sports paper right here. Sorry about the focusing. I don't know what the deal is today. But all my sports paper right here with my sports stickers. Okay, we're going to continue on around the room. Try not to make you dizzy. And then here is all of my close to my heart colored cardstock. And I have them in order, Roy G. Biv order. I don't have them in order by color families, because when I scrapbook, I tend to, you know, see which red goes better, and I don't like to have to look red in 4 different places. So anyway, and then I use these little tabbies here. They're by Filertech, I think. You can get them in a box of 50. And they're actually made for dry erase. You can write on them with a dry erase marker. But they fit perfect right on these shelves. And the racks I got from TSI Supplies, I think. There is a separate video on the paper racks and the little labeler things. Sorry. And then like my retired is here. And then the neutrals are here. And then any new papers or new kits that I get in, I put in this little office filer thing on the top of this shelf. And so they're just in the 12 by 12 close to my heart envelopes. Now, for the hideaway. Under this little table, I have all in this rack of the designer series paper or duos paper that has been discontinued. So if the kits are no longer available, or if the paper is no longer available, I just put the paper and any coordinating embellishments with it in one of these 12 by 12 hanging file folders. And I think that's it, guys. Here's one last look at the paper wall. I just love this paper wall. I looked into Stampin' Storage, and I really love the look of Stampin' Storage as well. But this is just a more economical option for me. So, thank you guys. Have a good day. Be blessed.